Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Winter Solstice pre-party of 2021. And we are gathering here today, the Virtual Goddess Channeling and Alignment Circle, to celebrate the winter solstice. And the solstice is it's the longest night of the year. So there's an experience of the light and then followed by the longest night. And so this is a preparation for us in the Northern Hemisphere, entering into the winter months, where there is a period of going dormant and rejuvenating and recalibrating. I'm going to ask everyone to put their mics on mute, please. Muting all. Okay, here we go. Sorry. All right, because we're going to be posting this for everyone on YouTube. So we want to have a clear transmission for everyone. So yes, so we are entering into the winter months. So we're really celebrating all the life that we've experienced this past year. It has been a challenging year for many of us. A lot of healing, a lot of facing some of these uncomfortable and discord and confusion, and so we're going to celebrate that path that we've been on and begin to really receive and claim the fruits of that work. And the Sophia Dragons came forth to work with us today. And the dragons are the Sophia Dragons are the highest seraphim of the Divine Mother, the Sophia Christ. And so Sophia is wisdom, embodied wisdom. And she can also be called the Shekinah. She's also referred to by that name, the Shekinah. And the Shekinah is the indwelling presence of the divine, this presence that is inside of us. And so this is the Christ consciousness. So it's this awareness of the divine presence that is indwelling inside of us and that is revealed to us through light, through the gradual unfoldment of light inside of us. It's an inner illumination, okay? And it's an experience, an interior experience. That is, it's part of the awakening process as well, the Kundalini energy that is awakened inside of us according to grace and divine timing. It's not a mental thing. It's not something that you can make happen through effort. It is grace. It is a gift, and it happens according to divine timing, and it happens in different ways for different people and through different experiences. It's vast. The divine is vast. There are so many ways, known and unknown to us, that the divine reaches out to us and reveals the divine presence inside of us. And so we're honoring all of those different forms, all of those different ways. And that is the mystery of the Divine Mother, because the Divine Mother includes everything. You know, it's the womb of no thing that is everything. So that's the vibration that we're tapping into. And the dragons are the seraphim. They are angelic guides that assist us in actualizing our sovereignty, actualizing the truth that we are sovereign beings of light, incarnate at this time to contribute and co-create the transformation of consciousness on the planet, the ascension process and the ascension of Gaia. So this is a powerful time that we're in, and we are going to come together now in this beautiful container and receive and co-create what is coming, have a greater understanding of what is coming forth. So let's get started and let's just see what unfolds. And so we'll begin with closing our eyes, and we'll be doing some grounding. So for those of you that this is your first time joining us, welcome. And so when we channel, it's crucial part of the practice to ground and to be fully anchored in Gaia, the living and breathing entity that is the earth. There is a dimension of Gaia that is ascended, the ascended Gaia, and we anchor ourselves into that dimension. And from that place, that's where we can journey and travel and experience other dimensions. But we are anchored and we are in our body. And the journeying occurs in the inner world. We start to, and from that place where it's like, that's where we're in our sovereignty. That's when we're in our strength and in that fusion of our divine aspect and our physical vessel. So that's when we're in our power. That's when we have our clarity and discernment and power. So we start every channeling with this grounding. And of course, we take that practice into our daily life, so that in our daily world, we are coming from this place of being anchored into this ascended dimension of Gaia. And also, we'll be sharing more. You'll have a deeper experience of what we call alignment in this process. So let's begin and have this experience. We shall see what comes forth. So again, close our eyes. And take deep breaths into the body. And you can begin to feel a stillness. The moment you close your eyes, that's when you enter into the inner quantum field. And then you can bring your attention to the base of your spine. And it is here that we create this connection, because the base of the spine is the root chakra, and the root chakra rules our physical being. So it is this chakra where we anchor into the earth. So with your imagination, or, so you can visualize it, or with your intention, create a cord of light that is firmly fastened to the base of your spine, and it moves through all the layers of the earth and connects and anchors into the core of the earth, the very core of the earth. There is a crystalline grid, and you anchor yourself, your own physical vessel, into that crystalline grid. And you can feel it. You just feel when you make that when you engage with the core of the earth. And then, and say hello to Gaia. Say hello to Gaia. And then she responds to you, and you receive her light. This diamond white core emanates this light that then moves through all the layers of the earth into your body. And you can feel it moving into the soles of your feet. You want to have your feet firmly planted on the floor, your spine erect, your hips sinking into the chair, and you just feel that your body, it's a deepening of your embodiment. The spirit lands in the physical vessel. And that spirit has so much light that what happens is that it triggers a purification process in your physical being. So this is what we call, sometimes we may have these ascension symptoms, some physical discomforts. Some may be very mysterious. Some may be very mysterious. So just allow that white light to saturate your inner being. This earth energy is nourishing and nurturing, and it purifies your energy channels with light, removing any obstruction. So breathe in and then breathe out, just letting go. Breathe in and breathe out. And then the crown of your head, just be aware of the crown of your head. And this is where we receive the cosmic light. And this light is coming forth through the sun, through the central sun. And it's a golden light. And you can see a column of light coming forth. And you receive it through the crown of your head. And that light enters in through the brain, balancing the left and right hemispheres of the brain, infusing the pineal gland, your clairvoyance is infused with this light, the throat, and into the heart. So there's this descent of this cosmic light, and then the earth energy is ascending. So there's this two-way movement inside of you, and there's an integration that occurs in the heart, where these energies meet and integrate and then emanate throughout your inner field. So this is the alignment that we can practice in our daily practice. We can choose alignment and do this energetic practice that assists us to sustain this state, because we immediately feel clarity, discernment. Now, if some kind of sometimes as we're purifying, there may be an unconscious energy that comes forth. So you may, it feels like you leave your body, or you go unconscious, or you fall asleep. So this is natural. This is a natural part of the purification process. And the moment you become aware, you bring your attention back to the breath. And back, you just bring your attention to your grounding. Be aware of the core of the earth and the energy rising up into your field, and focus on the breath. So that's just some practical instructions on how to receive this transmission, and to stay present and to stay in clarity. So take a deep breath and breathe out, let go any effort. Just letting go. This is your time to receive. The energies today are very potent. So I'm being guided to really emphasize grounding and alignment as we receive this transmission. Take a deep breath. And then let go. And the light language transmission coming forth. And this light language, it's this transmission of sound frequencies. And this sound recalibrates our circle. Again, bringing our circle. Everyone that's participating in this circle is part of this container and is co-creating the transmission. So each of you will receive exactly what you are calling for, what it is you're asking for in this moment. So we're recalibrating and aligning the circle with this light language transmission. So you can just follow the sound and relax and receive, letting go of any effort, focusing on the heart. So moving your attention from the mind to the heart. And this light language assists us to temporarily detach from the mind, you know, all of those thought patterns of trying to figure it out, trying to do it right. What is this? What's going on? Any confusion? We're letting that go for this transmission, for this hour. We're going to just choose to let that go and let go of any effort so that you can receive in a way that is beyond the mind, in a way that is beyond the suffering and attachment that sometimes we fall into. So we're suspending ourselves from that. And in this hour, we're going to receive effortlessly through grace. Take deep breaths. Sonoa anai shanako usurukurua hanai. Susko sonokoa inish kirasuruku shukuaha. Askinai, askana inai kinai Elohim aini chinikini chikonoa. Sana inai shono sonoa. Sana inai shinokurua ha'anai. Soskunua anai shinokuru sokoa ha'anai. Anai Adonai, Adonai nai inai chinai sinokunua. Sana I so shinoa ha'anai. And this beautiful golden light, again, is coming forth through the crown. And this is the first vibration that's coming forth. Sono Shanoa Anai Shinik, the divine feminine vibration, the Sophia Christ coming forth. The indwelling presence of the divine feminine inside of you. So just allow her to come into the space. You're receiving her. If your body moves a little bit, you can allow yourself to move. It's just a very potent vibration, yet very gentle. Very loving, very gentle, very, you know, it's this mother. You're experiencing the divine mother. So we receive her with love and gratitude. Hanai shino, sono hanai nai, sono kono, sono hanai, shinoko, sono hanai, Shonoko sonokoroa anai. Soskoro onoaha anai. This has been a very, very powerful year for many of us. So much we've had to let go of, so much. Ways of thinking, ways of being, what we thought life should be, what we thought the way things are supposed to be. We've had to let go of all of these ideas, experiences of the past, dreams of the future, cherished dreams of the future. Plans that we've made have changed in a moment. Plans that took years to put in place dissolved in moments. Many of us have had these experiences. And so we're being acknowledged that, it's not easy. It's not easy. So we're being celebrated. The seraphim, the dragons, the Sophia Dragons are coming forth. Shonokoro unoa ini senekeish kishkuro. Sono onoaha anai. Sonoko sonoaha anai. Breathe in and just allowing their energies to swirl around you. And again, purifying the inner field. These angelic guides are coming forth to purify the inner quantum field. Actualizing your sovereign divinity. And part of this sovereign divinity, part of what we've been learning is detachment. Detachment of the way things are supposed to be, the way we're supposed to be. Really letting go of that conditioning, really letting go, because everything is fresh. We have the opportunity to start fresh. So ko'onoa in this new year, a fresh new year. So ko'onoa ha'anai 222. Shokodoa tunoa anai, and 222 is a code, a key code for positioning. Shonoshinoa ha'ani shinaki, calling forth the perfect people, places, and opportunities that will be the most supportive for you in your life and for the rest of this incarnation, so that you are fulfilling your destiny, your highest destiny, with grace and ease. You're claiming your divine birthright of sovereign divinity. So there's this calling of we're being called to practice sobriety, being sober to all that is occurring around us, being sober to the times that pain may come forth inside of us. We may, in our ascension process, as we're expanding, there can be contractions, because this is a birthing process. So we're expanding, contracting, expanding, contracting. So being sober and present to that contraction, when that pain comes up, when that confusion comes up, when that frustration comes up, to face it, to be present with it. No more hiding, no more escaping. That is what sovereignty is. It is being present to whatever is occurring and facing any challenge as an equal. You will not be overwhelmed. You will not be overcome. Even if you leave your body, even if it's time to leave your body, you will be in sovereignty. You will be in clarity. You will be in choice. That's what sovereignty is. choice. Choosing alignment, choosing union, choosing that clarity and sobriety, facing every challenge as an equal. You are equal to it. Sono aha anahini shnakuro ushkuaha. Sanainai, sanainai shunu shunua, sanainai. And that there's great joy in that. There's great self-realization in that. Even in what we thought could be the most tragic situation, that when we face it, we know that we're receiving what it is we are called to receive, because it is in the darkness that we find the light. It's in those challenges that we find our strength. If everything's perfect and happy-go-lucky, we don't become strong. We become entitled. We become superficial, because everything, we don't understand. It's like we don't know. We're limited in our awareness. So in our ascension process, in this transformation, we are seeing. We're not hiding anymore. And we can face it and be strong. This is how we come into our sovereignty and our power. So we're being called to see challenges in this way. It's another opportunity to go deeper into resonance and union. And one of the very important vibrations that's being dismantled and recalibrated is the tendency to glorify victimization, a tendency to glorify suffering. And that is a karma that is being dismantled within us and in the collective. Glorifying suffering, being attached to trauma, and it's like, who wins the trophy for the most suffering? What group of people have suffered the most? And it's like this badge of honor. And so one of the vibrations that is coming forth in this transmission is about, again, claiming our sovereign divinity, claiming our power to co-create our experience. And again, facing those feelings of the times that we were disempowered. Facing that, those devastating feelings of unworthiness, of victimization and suffering. So we acknowledge that these things have occurred in our history, and in our ancestral lineage. And then we call forth the Sophia Dragons and ask for their assistance to dismantle those patterns, to dismantle those vibrations, because as long as that vibration is vibrating inside of you, it will call forth a matching experience. So it will attract experience that matches that vibration. So we work with the Sophia Dragons to dismantle those tendencies, what we call samskaras, their imprints, tendencies of that come from past experiences So it's almost like they're comfortable. It's almost like a comfortable way of being, very unconscious. Many times we don't even know that we have this inside of us. But it comes forth in kind of what we call a false empathy, where we feel like we have to rescue. We feel like we have to rescue others because because the energy gets triggered. We're not seeing it in ourselves, and we try and work it out in our interactions with others. And many times we overstep ourselves in that action, because we're really trying to heal ourselves. So again, we're turning our attention inward in this work. We call this inner activism. In that we dismantle those tendencies, those samskaras. It's like a burning that occurs. And then we come into wholeness inside ourselves. And from that place, we can then assist others from a place of wholeness. Not from a place of trying to fill up a hole inside of us, not from a place of trying to fill up a wound inside of us, but we approach every situation from a place of wholeness because we've done the work inside of us first. We're no longer projecting our own wound onto the collective or onto a group of people. You know, like a generic group of people that, oh, we have to save these people. We're actually dealing with that wound inside ourselves first, facing it, activating, recalibrating, coming back into alignment. And then from this place, we're called to take inspired action. And it's an action that's very efficient and very effective. And it is the divine expressing through us, not the wound, but it is the divine presence that is expressing and moving through us and taking action when necessary in the world. And there's this, so again, the Sophia Dragons are angelic guides that can support us in actualizing our sovereign divinity. And this is different ways, we're being shown different ways where we know we're in our sovereignty. So just receiving this light, this golden light of the Sophia Dragons into your heart, authentic empathy. Again, this authentic empathy is that we can be supportive of others without trying to do their work for them, so that so they have the opportunity to come into their alignment and their own sovereignty. So truly allowing each individual in our lives to have their process, even if it's completely opposite of our own. Even if we think they're destroying themselves, we allow them their process, their relationship with the divine. So we're allowing others to be sovereign, and we're claiming our own sovereignty. So we're aware that in this ascension process that we're all going through, Gaia is vibrating in different dimensions. So there are dimensions where the primary vibration is victimization, and it's still there. The primary, it will continue to vibrate. That dimension continues to vibrate. There are other dimensions that are vibrating at control, and that dimension will continue to vibrate. And there are other dimensions that are vibrating in sovereignty, and that we can choose that dimension. We can choose that dimension. We now have the skills, we now have the awareness, we now have the frequency to choose the vibration of sovereignty. And the more that we choose it, we emanate that light of sovereignty out into the world. And that dimension of sovereignty grows as each individual chooses that dimension. And one of the primary ways we choose that dimension is that we no longer project our shadow, our own shadow, onto the outer world. We include the shadow inside of us. We no longer see it in the outer world. It is integrated. And that is a very big paradigm shift. It's a very, very powerful paradigm shift. And it may be something that we experience it very powerfully. And then we have a purification process. We may have an expansion and then a contraction. Expansion, as we purify some of the projections that we've been functioning from for many lifetimes. And it's a very beautiful and exciting process. It's never boring. It's very exciting. So we're, again, a big part of our what's been occurring for us in the past months is a de-numbing. We're no longer numbing ourselves as a way to cope with our reality. The more we become present, we can sustain that presence, the less we go to those coping mechanisms. Because if we numb the pain, we also numb the ecstasy. So we have to face that pain, and then we also experience ecstasy. And magic. We experience our own magical essence. The Venus light is coming forth. The Venus light. The Venus beings Kono no no ana ini ni chenene nene senene sokono chunokoro ni chena ini cheke chena chuno choko no ana ini chicken chiki chiko tono ana honey I chicken chiko no ana I sonoko uno. And the Venus being the Venus light, it's an iridescent rainbow ray. And it's filled with opulence, it's filled with bliss, it's filled with ecstasy. It's filled with sensuality. So just allow yourself to receive this transmission from the Venus beings. Sana inai chinakoro o sunokoro aha ana inai. Sunokoro aha na inai chinakoro o sunoko aha anai. Chanoko sunokoro ini chike chikono sunoko o noa anai. And there's this, the conjunction of Venus and Pluto. And Pluto is the vibration of depth, this a Scorpio vibration. Depth. Chonokoro ana ine chinaki chonokoro unoa ana ina chonokoro ini sinaki. So there's there again, it's just the I keep hearing the word depth, like really deepening into our union, deepening into these very high frequencies of light. This rainbow ray of self-realization, but experiencing it in a way that is very deep and profound, sonoko, and authentic. Sonoaha, so that this bliss that you experience is authentic. It's not a bliss or a false effort-filled attempt to be positive in a difficult situation, or to see love and light in every situation. This is authentic. This is like you're really experiencing ecstasy in a moment where you might be being tortured. It's a very, very potent, authentic ecstasy and bliss. That is completely autonomous from anything that you may be experiencing physically, any discomfort, any pain, suffering, death. It is autonomous. It is so deep and so profound and authentic. It is the peace beyond all understanding. It is alignment in the midst of a war happening around you. You are in alignment. And so Mother Mary's coming forth. This is her state. This is Mother Mary's state. And just receive these frequencies of light. Sonoa nai sonokoro sorwa ha nai sana nai chinoko o sonoko ha nai sana nai. It is this state of consciousness is so powerful and so strong, yet it is very gentle and loving. Sonoa ana ini nisinaki nisinako o noa any ini shinake ish kisoko. Sonoko noa ana ina. It is like solid strength in the midst of whatever can occur, whatever disaster can occur. It is like this solid presence, alignment, union. It's just so beyond. any duality. So we're tapping into that vibration. And Mother Mary is coming to each of us individually to activate this state of sovereignty inside of us. So relax and receive. Courage, facing everything that comes forth inside of us, being present no matter what occurs, sober to whatever is happening within and without. That is the power that you're receiving today in this transmission. You're the one that's going to be solid when loved ones are panicking, when loved ones are afraid. You're the one that's going to bring alignment into the situation in the moment. Clarity in the midst of chaos. Strength in the midst of despair. That is you. In alignment, in union. And we'll have lots of opportunity to practice. You are it's that the diamond, you're the diamond that's being created. Through pressure and through some of the different shifts and changes, creates a pressure that transforms Earth into the most precious diamond, brilliantly illuminated with light, emanating out into your world. Brilliant being of light incarnate. And that alignment, that depth will generate this authentic experience, this authentic ecstasy and bliss and happiness and fulfillment beyond anything you've ever experienced before. That is what is coming. And we've been given the skills, we've been given the tools, again, to face the shadow inside of us, the polarity inside of us, and come into balance and union inside ourselves first. And then emanating that vibration, emanating that consciousness out into the world is the most potent action that you can offer. And receiving this support, divine support from the Sophia Dragons, the Seraphim, knowing that you can call on them, these angelic guides, to support you in challenging moments. Receiving a blessing, final light language transmission from the Sophia Christ. Sohanai so soanai uskono noa oskoni ini ishaina soro aana sanai Adonai sonoa shanainai susko okonoa ha inish koskunoa kalaina sanai tono unwa kini ichikine echekene soko oswa hanai aishkurwa Elohim tonoa aana sanainai tono ku uchukua ha na isineke I chikini sinekuswanai oskurwa ha nai. Offering our gratitude for this experience, this deepening, this experience of this dimension of sovereignty that we are embodying in this new year. Deepening into union with our own divine self. Offering gratitude to Mother Mary, who is a powerful presence here in this moment. Thank you. So much love, so much gratitude. She'll continue to work with you, and you may call on her at any moment. And she is fully present to you as your divine mother. Just allowing her to fully enter into your being and to hold you in her arms. Replenishing and revitalizing your whole being with light and love. And celebrating the Emerald Gaia and all the amazing work we've done in the Emerald Gaia transmissions this year, and all the amazing work we will do in 2022. Align with the divinity that is you.